Hello my dear Switch watchers. Now today we've got a very different kind of video. You know, people always tell me, Jordan, do not review shmups, because you're rubbish at them. And fair enough, but when Red Out Games wafted a little bit of cash in my face and said please show this to your subscribers, how could I say no? My daughter needs some ice cream. So, thank you to Red Out Games for sponsoring this video to show off Sophstar to you. And let me tell you, I am very happy to show this off because if you enjoy shooters, you definitely need Sophstar in your life because it is excellent. They didn't really need to pay me any money. Now firstly, Sophstar is releasing digitally on the Nintendo Switch on October 28th. There's also Xbox, PS4 and PS5 versions available. And there's also going to be physical editions available in limited quantities. And you know I'm all about the physical goodness. If you want to pre-order that, take a gander at the links in the description. We also have a discount code, SWATCH10, for 10% off their website, redartgames.com. Please click the links in the description. Sophstar is a game developed by Banana Bytes, which instantly makes it a 10 out of 10 game. But yeah, this is their first title and it's genuinely a very good effort, especially for those who grew up on shooters from the 8 and 16-bit era, which I think is very welcome in 2022. You are a fast, twitchy little ship and enemy shots fly at you at the speed of sound. It's not quite bullet hell, it's definitely more old school, but it's hardcore nonetheless. This is all about reflexes rather than finding the correct spot to plant your ship in for half the game. Sophstar is one of the most fun shmups I've played in a while. It really has a lot going for it. The scoring system is about pushing your luck. When enemies blow up, they have a little square of glory that they leave behind which rapidly shrinks. The earlier you pick that up, the more points you get for it. So, if you play shmups just to chill out, you may not care too much, but those point-hungry Harrys are gonna be at the very edge of play, getting close to enemy formations. Usually I'm not one for high scores, but this little tease did excite me and had me playing a bit more dangerously and enjoying it too when I picked up the big bonus points. That's not all to the point system though. There's a combo thing going on which you'll definitely want to keep going as much as possible because 9 times the points is definitely worth it. If you're a score fiend, I am sure you will love Sophstar. Each of the ships available is unique. They all have their own standard shot, sub-weapon or technique, as well as their teleportation method. Oh yeah, this lass that you're playing as, she could just teleport. That's an actual thing. It's not the ship, it's her. She is teleporting. I'm not sure why the ships can go with her, but that's already one question too many for a shooter. Nobody cares. I'm not sure if this kind of thing has been done before in shooters, but it is new to me. This is a cool mechanic that allows you to get out of dodge in a tight situation. Each of the ships have their own unique take on the mechanic. One of them teleports to a random location. Another leaves ghost ships in its stead, shooting while you bugger off. I find the gimmick fascinating, but I do feel it's probably the most advanced part of the game. Something that's more useful to the serious player than those who are just casually playing on lower difficulties. Plus, it does take time to get used to. It's not immediately intuitive, so you better be making use of that practice mode. The stages are really well made, enemy formations are well thought out, and there's always something exciting going on. They're quite long too, not overly so to make it boring, nor are they super short like most arcade shooters. They've found the perfect balance. They're mostly long due to the amount of mini-bosses that pop up mid-stage. There's loads of variety here, and fighting the most difficult foes is the highlight. They're all unique and well thought out, and it's probably the only time that you'll be using the teleport system. For a shooter this day and age, it's nice to see how much content there is. This is not one of those games that will last you 15 minutes to see everything it has to offer. This is a meaty experience that rewards people coming back to play time and time again. For a start, there are 9 different ships, each of which plays uniquely. Usually people start orgasming when there's like a choice of 2 ships, but 9? Bloody hell, you're spoiled for choice. You stop panicking. You stare at the ship menu and you just freeze. But once you do find the courage to actually start picking a ship, I'm sure you'll eventually find your favorite. Personally, I love the little turtle fella, but sadly I wasn't very good with him. I love how his special attack is just him ducking into his shell, shielding himself. He's a lover, not a fighter. There are ample game modes too. There's endless, score attack, timed challenge, but the star of which I think is Cadet School. Here you have 60 missions, each of which have their own gimmick or goal to achieve, such as destroying enemies in the shortest time possible, surviving for as long as possible, getting a high score in a short amount of time. These are quick burst missions that will reward you a grade of up to an S rank. I don't know what the exact requirements are, but the more you do it, the more bonus material you get, most of which are filters for the game, like unlocking Virtual Boy mode amongst many others. Most of them are completely useless and make the game more difficult. I mean, embossing it is just hilarious, but I love the fact that they are here. It's just something small, but a lot of games neglect these kind of cheeky unlocks these days. You can even unlock the music player, which is great because the music is awesome too. I appreciated it having a lot of difficulty levels to choose from, and this isn't like the Psycho games on the Switch where even the monkey level difficulty makes you want to beg for mercy. This is accessible. The normal difficulty will give shmup players a tasty enough challenge, never mind the higher ones, while the lower ones can introduce the more chill player into the game, even the genre. You can learn the stages, see the sights, get used to different ships. It's nicely balanced and considerate for all skill levels and moods. I also have to applaud the visuals as well. The art style is really on point. The sprite work for the ships is a particular highlight. The ship selection menu is just great to look at, and the cutscenes are done pretty well. Not that I was entirely interested in the story, I did just want to blow stuff up. Nice try, but I don't care. And if you don't, you can switch the story segments off in the options. As you can see, this game is in old school resolution, like proper old school arcade. I know some of you are wondering why they don't use a whole screen. Well, because that would be a completely different game. Wide shmups can work, and they do work, but you know, tight spaces of this resolution makes everything packed perfectly. Here's the perfect resolution for a vertical shmup in my opinion. And because I'm playing the Nintendo Switch version, we all know the best shmup machine in history, you can take advantage of the glory of Tate. Yeah, you can rotate the screen, but some of you may know me. When I go Tate, I go full Tate. Yeah, no one advises going full Tate. Me too, unless you've got a cheap crap TV to potentially lose, but my word, it's just amazing. You can't tell me this setup, like one evening with a couple of beers, isn't how every man wished they led their life after they got married and had kids. Yeah, do this at your own risk, but let me tell you, it's better than sex. Probably. Overall, this is a really great shooter, especially for those who enjoyed the genre before you needed to get like a PhD in mathematics to actually make the most out of it. Sophstar provides a lot of content for a low price, at least comparatively, with 9 unique ships to master, each with their own play style, game modes out the arse, the really fun cadet school. The only thing that appears to be missing in this game is a multiplayer mode. 2 players working together could have been a lot of fun if you had one of those so-called friend things that I've heard of. I don't know. Perhaps that could come in an update, but still, it's not a huge deal. It's genuinely a really nice package that is worth adding to your Switch or PS4 or PS5 collection, whether digitally or physically. Check the links below in the description, redartgames.com. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Let me know if you're going to be picking this up.